Welcome to Bangla City SATV News. This is Shibala Alam with our top stories. Now the details. The United States has called for participatory elections in Bangladesh. In response, Foreign Minister Abdul Momen sought the cooperation of the country to make BNP election-oriented. In the meeting with U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken in Washington, he also claimed that the country's electoral system is transparent. Momen expressed hope that the Bangladesh-U.S. economic partnership will be an effective platform to facilitate economic cooperation and people-to-people ties between the two nations. The Appellate Division upheld the judgment of the High Court in the murder case of Professor S. Taher Ahmed of the Department of Geology and Mining, Rajshahi University. The six-member Appellate Division, headed by Chief Justice Hassan Faiz Siddiqui, today dismissed the appeals filed by the accused and the state against the High Court's verdict. Professor Taher went missing from his home in a residential area of the university on the night of February 1, 2006. His body was recovered the next morning from a septic tank behind his home. Later, his son Sanjid Alvi Ahmed filed a case at Motihar police station. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has instructed the concerned to build a modern marine aquarium in Cox's Bazar. She gave instructions in the regard at the meeting of the Executive Committee ECNEC of the National Economic Council in the morning. Prime Minister and ECNEC Chairperson Sheikh Hasina presided over the meeting held at the NEC conference room in Shere Bangla Nagar via video conference from the official residence Ganabhavan. The Election Commission sat in its first formal meeting 36 days after taking charge of the electoral system. The meeting started in the morning in the conference room of the election building at Agargaon in the capital. The meeting was chaired by Chief Election Commissioner Qazi Habibul Awal. Election Commission sources said the meeting is likely to finalize a possible date for the Kumilla city elections. Dhaka Water Supply and Sewerage Authority WASA Managing Director Engineer Taksim A. Khan has claimed that there has no link of diarrhea with WASA water. He made the remarks while attending a dialogue at the National Press Club on Tuesday. The WASA MD advised the people of the capital to boil tap water to make it safe for drinking. There have been reports of bacterial outbreaks in some places which account for 4 to 5% of the service area. This happened due to issues with the supply line, he said. The ruling Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna lost parliament majority as 42 members of parliament on Tuesday announced they would sit independently. Among the 42 MPs, 14 are from Sri Lanka Freedom Party, 10 belong to constituent parties of the government, and 12 are SLPP's MPs, among others. The ruling SLPP-led alliance won 146 seats in the 225-member parliament in the 2020 general election. However, severe shortages of food, fuel and other essentials, along with record inflation and crippling power cuts, have inflicted widespread misery across the island nation. U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for Central and South Asia Donald Lu, who was recently named by Imran Khan as being the official who made threatening remarks about his regime in a letter, evaded the question when asked about the regime change in Pakistan. During an interview on an occasion of the question about the conversation with Pakistan's ambassador in Washington, Donald Lu avoided direct reply and said there are following developments in Pakistan and respect. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky will address the UN Security Council on Tuesday at a session. It will review allegations that Russian forces have intentionally murdered civilians in Bucha, northwest of Kiev, following the discovery of hundreds of bodies. Meanwhile, European Union will most likely adopt a new round of sanctions against Russia on Wednesday after reports of killing of civilians in northern Ukraine by Russian forces.
In Ukraine.
You're up to date so far on Bangla City SATV News, and to know the latest news, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with SATV.